started doing this last year, I believe, Dan, and what's good for me is this, I'm going into our 4th year here at the University of Denver, and I think this is very important what we're doing right now. Last year we did this, and the group's bigger this year, sort of like our program. Every year since I've been here, we went from 4 wins to 11 wins. Then we went from 11 to 15. Then we went from 15 to 19. And our program keeps growing, and part of building a basketball program and part of our philosophy is it's the university's basketball program. It's not the athletic department's basketball program. We believe in that philosophy. The way we play, the kids we recruit, the way we go about our business is directly in line with the University of Denver and their mission. As George alluded to, with his players, you know, we're very similar. Our team GPA last year was a 3.4. I got to believe in college basketball. 3.4 is probably one of the best in the country for a college basketball team. So I don't think that's that big a deal, though, because that's what we believe in. I mean, I went to a good school and played college basketball. Every one of my assistant coaches went to a good school and played college basketball. And we all went to places that were really good in college basketball. And that's part of the kind of kid we look for. Somebody that knows that education is extremely important. And as they know education is extremely important, want to be really, really good at basketball. I think that's what the University of Denver offers. And like George said, 7 of our guys are from the state of Colorado. So as we're building this program, we keep getting better and better. We're doing it with local guys. What's extremely important to us as we continue to improve, the best players in the state of Colorado are now starting to look at the University of Denver and say, well, that's where we want to go to college. When we first got here 3 years ago, that wasn't the case. But now, you know, we got a kid from Highlands Ranch who's already committed to us. We have a kid on campus right now from Pueblo. These guys could be the 4A and 5A players of the year this year. We're going to have another kid from down in the Springs who's a junior who it's possible he's going to commit to us already. I bring that up because as we build this program, there's competition within our state in a college basketball situation. You know, Colorado State, Colorado, Wyoming, Air Force. And like our athletic director said before, and what our mission is to become the best college basketball program in the Rocky Mountain region. And through some work of our own in improving, but through the other teams that I just mentioned not doing so well, I think we've already accomplished that goal. It's not enough for us. We want to keep going because obviously we want to win our conference championship. Everybody's ultimate goal is the NCAA tournament. That's our ultimate goal. But when you're at 19 wins, if you keep making that same kind of improvement, well, then you start to talk about that kind of end result, a conference championship and postseason play. And I've told that to our team. We went to Spain, as Dan alluded to. We went to Spain to play 6 games against professional teams, a 12-game tour over there. We did it with a veteran team that's won 19 games. I've done this twice before in my career. When I was an assistant at Princeton in the mid-90s, we had a very veteran team coming back and we needed to replace one guy, just like this team we have here. We have everybody back and we need to replace Nate Ronner. We did that at Princeton. We went over to Italy and had a 9-game tour over there, which is hard to believe, some 15 years ago. The next following year, we were 7th in the country in all college basketball. At Air Force, 5-6 years ago, when I was the head coach there, we went to Sweden and Denmark with a very experienced team that hadn't been that successful yet. And we were plugging in 2 younger guys into some veteran guys. The following year, we won the Mountain West Conference Championship at Air Force and went to the NCAA tournament. So I'm bringing that up because I think that's the kind of team we have now. We have veterans, we have guys that have played, we have the right kinds of guys, we have more size, and we've won 19 games last year. So when you say you have a lot of guys back, it's not always great. It's important what the experience of those guys is, and the most important experience is having been successful. So we return tons of guys who've made serious contributions to a winning basketball team. As I say that, it's always important to inject new blood into your program. And we're doing that this year with a 6'9", Trevor Noonan, who transferred to us from Air Force. He's becoming eligible. We went over there so we could get him into our team, practice 10 times, have him play 6 games. And we're also adding one freshman from Dallas, Texas. His name's Chris Udothi. He's 6'6", and he's going to play right away, and he's going to help us. So I really feel as we head into year 4 that this is going to be our best year. As I say that, it's going to be our hardest schedule. We play Utah State at home. We play Colorado State. We play Wyoming. We play 2 West Coast Conference schools in Portland and hopefully St. Mary's. So our schedule is extremely difficult, and then we have to win the Sun Belt Conference Championship. And to do that, you got to beat Western Kentucky and South Alabama. They're the teams in our league. They're the teams that have been to the tournament. We have to beat those teams. And I believe this year, after the experience we had in Spain, that's what we're playing basketball here for now at the University of Denver. We're playing to win our conference championship. We're playing every year from here on out for that reason, to be the best team in our league. And like you all know here, as it's been in the news a lot lately, relating to teams and schools changing conferences, that's a big thing for us at the University of Denver here. If we can keep being successful and we can challenge for conference championships and postseason play, there's a likelihood that we're going to move into another conference. And that other conference is going to be great for the University of Denver. It's going to be great for the institution and its educational mission, because a conference like the WAC or a conference like the West Coast Conference is going to do a world of good for us to be in a conference like that, geographically, mission-wise, and the way that it works is, well, your basketball program has to be good, and we're at the point where we're good, and I think conferences are seriously considering us. The thing we have to do is we have to be the best team in the Sun Belt Conference. If we can do that, then something like I'm talking about, that's how those things occur. And it's not just my players and my coaches that are part of this. It's you guys. It's the fans. It's the faculty. It's the staff. You're part of our program. We represent you. You know, I see a lot of familiar faces. Come watch us play. You'll like our team. You'll like our guys. We play in a way where I believe you watch us play and you say, yes, that's our team. They're our players. That's who we are. We're smart. We're tough. We play hard. We compete. Right? We use our heads and we use our hearts. And that's how we play. We're disciplined. And I believe everybody likes a team like that, and that's how we play, and we're the University of Denver's team. And I'd like you all to come out and watch us as our attendance just goes up and up and up, as our team just keeps better and better and better. This could be the kind of year that, you know, our team is going to take that next step, and hopefully this trip to Spain is going to help us. But most importantly, I really feel that our team represents this university in the right manner and in the right way. And because of that, I know we're going to keep getting better, because we're building this program in line with the University of Denver's mission. And when your athletic program and your athletic teams are going about their business in line with the university's mission, well, that's when everything sort of comes together and you get to be really good. And that's how a university becomes really proud of their athletic teams. And I feel very strongly about our basketball team that way. So just to tell you about Spain a little bit, when we say we went to Spain, like Dan said, I had Kyle Lewis, our senior captain. I had him keep a chronicle with his teammates. You write down your experience. We went to play basketball, but we went over there for the educational point. When you play college athletics, you can't go study abroad. You lose out when you're a basketball player on that opportunity. So we went to Spain to give our guys that experience. And as we did that, I wasn't just going to leave it in their own hands and have them experience and have them go to McDonald's all the time. So I said, you got to write down what you see, where you are, what your experiences are. And then we have another senior, Andrew Hooper, who's a graphic design major, and he's a huge photographer. And I had him take our tour in pictures by Andrew Hooper, and he took over 2,000 pictures everywhere we went. He took picture after picture, and he's an artist, and he loves to do it. And we have that on our website, and I think I point that out to you because I think our kids are pretty sharp kids. And when you read what they write and you see what they experienced over there, that's why we went on the trip. We went on the trip for that experience, and we went on that trip to have that experience help us out on that basketball court this year when the score's tied. When it's tough, when you got to be able to rely on your teammate, when you got to be able to trust your teammate, and experiences like that are what build a team. And we went to Madrid, we went up into the Pyrenees to a small town of Zaragoza, then into the Pyrenees to play a game in a town called Benasque, where we almost drove off a cliff into a ravine in these roads. Then we went through over to Barcelona, then we went up through the Pyrenees to Andorra, which is another country. Then we kept going up on the French side of the Pyrenees to San Sebastian, which is a town, a nice town on the water, and then we made our way back down to Madrid. So when our guys are 35 one day and they talk about their experience at the University of Denver and they say they went to Spain, they went to Spain. They drove all over Spain and they saw Spain, and they just didn't see the big cities. They saw Spain, they experienced the Spanish culture, and we went with an older team because they've paid their dues. And when you pay your dues and you're the right kind of kid, you find out in life that, you know what, you get some pretty good experiences. And our guys, because they're older, because they're mature, they truly valued the opportunity, and they know how lucky and privileged they've been to have that opportunity. And I know they're going to play the game that way every single time out there this year, and that's why I feel really good about this upcoming season. So hopefully we'll see you at the games. Hopefully we'll see our crowds continue to grow. Our student section grows every single year. Angel Field has done a great job with that. Our media coverage continues to get better, which is a big part of conference affiliation with Eric Bacher and Mike Kennedy. And obviously Dan and his staff continue to do a good job. Our season ticket holders are growing every single year. It's an important part of the basketball program. We all turn on ESPN every single night come January and February, and you watch college basketball. There's games on every night. The good teams, they have the good crowds, they have the good students, they have that environment, and that's what we're striving to build here. So hopefully we'll see you at the games. I appreciate your support, and I'm really happy to see this group continue to grow, and hopefully we can keep doing this in the future, and year after year it gets bigger and bigger, because campus and the faculty and the staff are a huge part of what we're doing, and I'm happy to be able to share that with you so that you know you're on our team and you're important to us. Anybody have any questions or anything at all about players, schedule, conference affiliation? Don't ask me about what are you going to run on offense. No X's and O's questions. I was going to bring a couple hockey basketballs, but they don't fit in my pockets. So, George, you got me on that one, you know what I mean? Angel, you can bring some hats or something, but, you know.
I'll take that one. Are basketball tickets on sale now?
Yeah, season tickets are on sale now, right, Dan?
Yeah, actually, we're set up in the arena for select seats, so you can actually go out and sit the seats.
And we have 15 home games, which is a good home schedule. Hopefully every year we're going to have 15, 16 home games, and like Dan said, 15 home games. What's the lowest starting point there?
48.
It's 40. I mean, it's unbelievable the season ticket packages, all the way up to courtside seats that are. But it's a great arena, and every seat in the house is a really good seat in Magnus Arena.
What conference would you move into if you moved out of Sun Belt again?
Well, the two conferences that are looking at us and that obviously we're interested in would be the WAC, and the West Coast Conference. First, the West Coast Conference probably is the best. That's Gonzaga, St. Mary's, University of Portland, University of San Diego, Santa Clara. It's probably the best one just because those institutions, their missions, their student body size, their academics, they're very similar to us. And then obviously those schools, and in both leagues' cases, alumni, our alums in those areas, their alums in the city of Denver, there's just such a great connection. So probably the West Coast Conference. I spoke with ESPN today. Andy Katz is their lead college basketball writer, and he spoke with me today about it. So it's something that's serious. A big part of it is they're recognizing our university's commitment to basketball, the administration's support of it. They're also recognizing the progress we made. You know, when we came here 4 years ago, we were second to last out of 336 schools. You're not getting in a new conference that way. You know, so each year we've gotten better and better and better, and with that our RPI has risen, our visibility has risen, and that's critical to join a new conference, because when they add, you know, they just added BYU. So if that one could ever come through to add BYU and have Denver go in with BYU, it would do a world of good for the, you know, the university. It would do a world of good for our alums. It would do a world of good for our academic reputation, because, you know, like I've said before, I know this, but Chancellor Ritchie has never said this to me, but this place that's been built, that's so beautiful, that everybody cares about so much, you know, it was done so that everybody in the country could know about it. The quality of of the academic life here, the quality of the faculty, it's all being done so that everybody in the country can know about the University of Denver, not just the state of Colorado. And that's where being good in college basketball and getting into a conference with schools that I've mentioned, it would really make the University of Denver become, you know, what we all want it to be. And hopefully we're going to keep doing our part, and knock on wood, hopefully something good's going to happen for us, you know. But in the end, like I always say, the best way to get into a new conference is to be the best team in the conference you're in. Because then if you're that, you're doing well. And that's all we really want to do here. We just want to do as well as we can do. I'm not concentrating on that because I don't control that. You know, what I control is our players and how they behave and how they act and how they play and how they compete, and that's what we're going to keep our focus on. Any other questions?
Coach Scott, when I think of teams in Europe that play, I think of teams that should be similar to your team. They can dribble, shoot, pass from all 5 positions. Is that the experience of the teams that you compete against?
Except they were all bigger and stronger. And their elbows were, because they're all pros over in Spain. You know, the good part about going over is we played Spanish professional teams. And Spanish professional teams are the best teams in Europe, along with Italian professional teams. So the quality of play and quality of competition we faced was extremely good. As I say that, they're all older and bigger and stronger, and like you mentioned, European basketball is very similar to the way we play. We play 5 guys touch the ball every single time. Everybody passes the ball at the University of Denver. Everybody passes, dribbles, and shoots. It's not a one-guy dominated team. It's not one guy dribbling the air out of the ball. Our big guys shoot threes and run and dribble, and that's how they play over there. You know, so the thing about going over there and playing this year, which is going to be great for our team, was that it's all NBA rules now in Europe. So 24-second shot clock. You only get 8 seconds to cross half court if you're getting pressed. Now here's the thing. There's no TV timeouts like here when we play. Every 4 minutes there's a timeout. No TV timeouts. The coach can't call a timeout, one, because he can't speak Spanish, so by the time I knew what to say, there was no need to call a timeout anymore, but you have to tell the scorer's table. You know, you don't say timeout and get it in. You have to turn to the scorer's table and say, I want a timeout. They don't speak English, so by the time I'm like, forget it, it doesn't matter. You know, so I'm saying that because the pace of the game was extremely fast. We played one team that's a top 5 Spanish pro team. They're like an NBA team. They pressed us the whole game, 40 minutes, and this guy was an unbelievable coach. Because can you imagine the Denver Nuggets pressing for 40 minutes? Those guys would turn to Coach Carr and go, are you kidding me? These guys pressed for 40 minutes. 24 seconds, my 2 guards, Chase Allen and Brian Stafford. That's why we went, guys. You got to be able to handle this on your own. The coach can't help you. I can't call timeouts. I can't do anything. You have to do it. And that's where our team's at. If our guys can get that kind of toughness, if they can know we have to do it, and doing it in that environment, we're going to come here this year and we play with a 35-second shot clock. The coach can call a timeout. There are TV timeouts every 4 minutes. I think they learned, hopefully somewhere in there, it's not that hard. You know what I mean? As we've won 19 games, they're learning it's not that hard. you know, which I think is going to help us get to the next level. So, one funny story before I go. Chris Udofi is our freshman from Dallas. Unbelievable kid. I threw him in there. I wasn't going to throw him in there, but I said, you know what, you're going to help us this year, kid. You got to play, get in the game. So all I've been telling our guys since last year is it's all you. It's not the team anymore, it's you as individuals. How much do you care? How much tougher are you going to get? And you have to approach every game like this. That guy you're playing against, he's trying to take advantage of it. You go on the road, the refs aren't going to help you. The other player, they're throwing elbows at you. They're grabbing you. They're holding. This is the way the game is. You have to be able to handle that. That's all I've been telling our guys. Chris Udofia gets in his first game over there. It's a true story. Some 6'10" monster. I mean monster, Spanish guy. Chris is standing there, and all of a sudden the guy just goes boom, throws an elbow right into his throat, and goes, and Chris, welcome. Now, he hasn't been around for the last 6 months when I've been telling our guys that. So at halftime, I said to the team, guys, I've been telling you that's what they're going to do. And I turned to the freshman, am I right? The first second he's out there, whack. So it's like that kind of experience that you can't get here is what we were fortunate to be able to have over there. And I know that that's going to help Chris Udofia. And as he plays with juniors and seniors now, I got a funny feeling that he's going to be growing up a lot faster. And he's not going to be playing like a little, you know, baby freshman. And that's really what we need. So, you know, I think that was a long answer to that question. But hopefully that answered it. All right.
Quick question, do you ever have an opportunity to recruit internationally, or is that something you think worthwhile?
Well, you know, prior to me getting here, they did have some international players, and my philosophy is just a little different. I think for this institution, you know, I don't recruit junior college guys. It's nothing to, you know, I just don't think that's right for this institution. And internationally, one, I personally believe there's more than enough good basketball players here. You know, as I say that, it's also difficult because you sort of have to make a commitment to recruit internationally. You know, you have to invest your time and make your contacts. So, you know, for me, I just think, you know, we've invested our time in, say, Colorado. The other area we found is a Dallas-Fort Worth area. There's a lot of respect for the University of Denver in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And the other areas, you know, the Bay Area. We've had, you know, out in the Bay Area, California, we've had success there. So, you know, we're a little different from other sports because every year three guys. You know, we bring in 3 guys. We bring in 2 guys. Maybe we bring in 4 guys. It's not like George, you know, where, you know, 30 guys, or Bill in lacrosse, he's got, you know, more guys. I mean, I don't know if internationally, you know, I might cherry pick one day, you know, go cherry pick, or if we get a lead on somebody, like we went over there, this guy's a great Spanish coach. We played somebody, you know, we have those connections. I get a phone call from someone over there and we know more about him, then we might do that. But otherwise, I think it's a little bit of a bear that you really have to invest too much of your time in. Anything else? No questions like, what was your favorite place in Spain, coach? Or did you, what was the Rioja good coach? You know, Marianne?
How many games have you been over there with these tough persons?
We went 4-2. So another good part is, you know, we didn't go, you know, somebody just asked me, you know, was it important to win? And I didn't go over there saying it's important to win and we have to have this kind of record. But again, just like the 19 wins, having a successful experience, you know, having that experience and then having you win. Like our last 2 games, we showed that we learned from our first 4 games. And that to me is the most important thing, because when you get kids who show you that they're learning, show you through their actions that they're learning from their prior experiences, that's when you know you got a chance to be pretty good. And that's what our guys did, and that's why I'm pretty hopeful about this year. And you know, our slogan, I'll share, last thing I say with it, our slogan as a team, or my slogan as a coach, has always been, I got this from my college coach who's in the Hall of Fame, Pete Carrill. It's, so I don't get overboard here, I just want to put us back in our where we're supposed to be thinking. Think like a pessimist, work like an optimist. And that's the basketball team. So we'll be lucky to win a game this year, everybody. Think like a pessimist. But we're going to work in a manner every day where we know we got a chance to be pretty good here. And like I've said, it's not just because of the players and the coaches. It's because of the University of Denver. And I really mean that. And that's why I think we got a real chance to be really good here. So thank you very much for coming. Look forward to seeing you at the games. And hopefully we'll see you at more places on campus, because I think this is really enjoyable for me. I know that. All right, thank you.